It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Sports. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. Houston Rockets here at home, and an interconference matchup should be a good one. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season. A year ago, they each gained a victory at home, but couldn't secure a win on the road.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. Two teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
Well, you know, they split their meetings last season, and the way both of these teams love to compete, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened again.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Jordan is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kobe. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Lowry in at the 1. Andre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
Lets it go from 11, and he hits the jump shot.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay. And watching DeAndre Jordan, he's really refined his game over the years without losing the athleticism. He's that rubbery, long-limbed athlete that transcends age. And so far, I've seen zero drop-off in his leaping ability and quickness, but no question he's improved his skills and IQ.
Ibaka, no luck.
And although not a block officially, it might as well have been his ability to react
and threw him off on that shot.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Here's Kobe following the score by Houston. LeBron kicks to Low. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Lowry's got his first 2 points.
And talking about DeAndre Jordan, he is displaying an energy level that many scouts wondered if he had. Let's face it, he underachieved a bit in his 1 year in college. He knows that. But when it's come time to do it at the highest level, DeAndre has risen to the occasion.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And stolen by James. Down low, knocked loose, and stolen by Howard. Here's George.
Oh! And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Now, here's George following the miss by Kyle Lowry. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. Well, what a season for Kyrie Irving last year. Huge moments for him. 57-point outburst against San Antonio. That was a new franchise record for the Cavs.
I think a lot of it was finally being able to play with other all-stars, quite honestly, Kevin, but you can't discount the work Irving put into the offseason to be ready for the regular season.
Shots good by Ibaka. Last game for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Pistons in Detroit.
Yeah, foul trouble early on, I thought, set the tone in that game, and it just made it difficult for them to get over the hump.
Yeah, it really got them out of sync, and that hurt them big time. Forced them to go much deeper into their bench than they would have liked to.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that good.
Shots good by Ellis.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you a problem.
Left side, Kobe. Lets it fly. And the shot is long.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
1:51 left to play in the first. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Ibaka banked in off the glass. Ibaka's got 6 points. 1:36 left in the first quarter. Shoots from 14. That's short off the rim.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
And a wide open look for James. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play.
Last season, the Bulls were a tough matchup, solid margin of victory for them, and never looked overwhelmed, Clark.
Yeah, you know what? They're a team that's even-keeled, the type of team that can win anytime they take the floor. They have a system that works and good talent, actually excellent talent to make it special. And that combination is a winning one.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And it's Houston on the break. Ball going up court. Finished off the break.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And you talk about the Bulls being able to beat anybody in the league. They did. They did that last season. One of only 3 teams to register one win against every other team in the league back in 2015.
Kobe dishes to Ibaka. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Bryant gets a wide open look. Bryant can't get that one to fall.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
That's good. And it's 8 points for Monte Ellis.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Stolen by Randolph. Irving for 3. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. Offense, the order of the day. And, of course, as we've always seen with LeBron James, it's not just about the numbers, but his...
I put all the pressure on.
Well, that there is straight talk from a man who does not pretend. LeBron James with a textbook example how to take responsibility and lead.
And, Kevin, that's why he is the king. He doesn't say, hey, I'm just one of the 5 guys. No, he knows who he is and what he has to do. Bottom line, he's the man. Climb on my shoulders, and I'm going to take you to the promised land.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
A lot of times... the team that owns the paint is going to come away with the victory. And that's what they've done here thus far.
Yeah, why change the plan until they make you? And that's where they should continue to attack moving forward, going inside.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So the Bulls 5 right now. Gordon out there with Collison. Then it's Gortat. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Ginobili in at the 3. And the thing great about Marcin Gortat, he's not a high flyer. He's not a super flexible athlete. But he's one of the best centers in the league because he's tough. And he's worked hard on developing his skills. And he always hustles.
Yeah, and he fights for position down low. A terrific screener, does a lot of that dirty work. And he's also very good at passing the basketball. You know, a lot more skill, particularly in the pick and roll, than maybe people give him credit for. He can hurt a defense in a surprising number of ways.
Here's Kobe, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Talking about Gortat, he was a late second-round draft choice in 2005. His first 4 years in the league, highly underwhelming. Now, over the last 4 years, he's averaged around 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per game. Those are good numbers.
And getting back to Marcin Gortat, his dad was a successful light heavyweight boxer in Poland, so clearly you see where the toughness comes from. And Marcin's mom was on the Polish national team in volleyball, so you know where the blocking and ball skills come from. I guess we'd have to call him a chip off the old blocks.
Irving passes to Ellis. Knocks it loose and stolen by Jordan. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka.
And let's see some of the numbers here on Kobe Bryant. A very nice season for him last year. He put up about 22 points a game, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And I think he's got to be pretty pleased with his output. And you know he's always looking to push himself.
Yeah, you know, really solid numbers across the board here, Greg. I mean, he contributes in a multitude of ways for this club.
Good on the shot. And that's now 8 points for LeBron.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Right side George. Kobe with the steal. Now running. Here comes Lowry pushing the ball up. And it's sent back by Howard. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. George with the ball. Knocked loose and stolen by Jordan. LeBron against George. Here's Ibaka. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with a 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turns out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did. And had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
Ellis kicks to Randall. The 3 from George. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Ibaka outside. Bulls moving the ball around. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist. Ibaka's got the game tied up here for the Bulls.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Here's Irving. Outside, George looking to end the drought. That doesn't go either for George.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
Stolen by George. Here's Randolph. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Randolph's got 8 points. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Lowry against George. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul. Outside Irving. Howard dishes to Irving. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And now a 4-point Houston lead.
Well, you know, Hall of Famer and 3-time champion Kevin McHale, the Rockets coach, did nothing but find success and win as a player. And, you know, that's been the same song for him as a coach.
The 3 from Bryant. And the Bulls with another miss.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
Got a piece of it, and stolen by Howard. And it's Houston on the break, and it's Randolph slamming it down.
And they can up the ante a little bit there after that basket.
Yeah, you know, their lead's increasing, and they've got to be feeling better and better about the way this game is starting to play out now. So we'll see if they can close it out.
That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to just 6 points, and the bucket from Serge Ibaka. And for Coach Kevin McHale, last year was his best. A lot of people thought he could have been easily the coach of the year, leading the Rockets to their 3rd best regular season in franchise history.
And Kevin, with McHale, he's got this team improving every year. His team's win totals have risen as well statistically as I think becoming a better team. Wins aren't always necessarily what determines how good you are. And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Lowry, gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Lowry's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. 23 seconds left to play here in the half. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Boy, with 2 fouls now, he really has to be disciplined and under control for the rest of this half.
And George kicks to Howard. Pass to Ellis. Shot from 16. 2nd shot opportunity. And Howard with the nice bucket inside. Howard's got 6 in the quarter.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off inside.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, you know, some might say, hey, can't we just skip the replay this time around? But you just never know.
Yeah, anything can happen. I mean, they want to get the call right, and the league is taking steps to speed the process with the Replay Review Center in Secaucus queuing up the footage for the officials.
And they've seen it. That'll do it for the first half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. We have amped up home crowd. You got to love the Monte Ellis we saw in the first. He had 11 points, 2 rebounds. And that'll wrap up our halftime show, the 3rd quarter.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. You have to like what we're seeing from Monte Ellis.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
They've got Paul George. Howard is out there with Zach Randolph. Then there's Ellis. And it's Irving at the 1 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
Well, LeBron James long considered the greatest player in the league. He's got some competition now, though. Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Steph Curry, James Harden all playing well last year. But for my money, there's no better player in the league than King James.
Well, Clark, you look at LeBron's career averages right now around 27, 7, and 7. Hard to argue at this time he's not the best player in the league.
Well, you know, he might not always win the MVP award, Kevin, but that doesn't really matter. I think he's the most feared player in the league, and he proved he can carry a team in last season's NBA Finals. Clearly one of the all-time greats.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Outside Lowry. Outside Kobe. Lock at 6. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Here's Ibaka. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. Bryant's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, I tell you what, Ibaka has really improved his shooting stroke. That thing is now easy to look at.
Ellis, the pass to Howard. Dishes it to Irving. Irving double team. And stolen by LeBron. You know, here we go. Lowry, nobody back. And it's sent back by Howard. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And they're moving it up. And George with the stop.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander. I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow. But Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer. Was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
And the shot is good. And now just a 4-point Rocket lead. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Ellis wide open. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Lowry dishes to Jordan. Back to Lowry. Tries again. And the layup good by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 14 points for the game.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
That's good. 12 points for LeBron.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Irving kicks to Howard. Outside, George. Randolph in the post. Defended by Ibaka.
Randolph has been superb. He's got 10 points and 1 steal as well.
And his offense has matched the defensive effort today. He's been really just one of the best players on both ends.
I don't know if you can say enough about the job he's been doing in all aspects of the game. I mean, stuff in the stat sheet when you look at it.
Some solid numbers once again for Zach Randolph with Memphis last year. He just keeps plugging away, grinding out, no pun intended, chugging along and producing.
Yeah, 16 points, about 10.5 rebounds for Z-Bo. I mean, he's a classic power forward and always gives you the numbers, even though he still plays under the rim. Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
That one is no good.
And, you know, for Randolph, he's been in the league so long and still puts up double-double numbers. Average of double-double and 8 of his last 10 seasons. Remarkable. And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
Monte Ellis getting it done. Wow.
And for Zach Randolph, at his experience level, to put up 15 and 10 or better, the last player to do that back in 1999. So it's a rare feat.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Rockets?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, I mean, they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Count the bucket. Ellis has got the lead up to 9 now for Houston.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Quick hands and the ability to anticipate the opening to create a turnover, so valuable, especially for a guard, as we see 2 tremendous talents with their ability to steal that ball away.
You know, and John Stockton, the only player to have cracked the 3,000. barrier in terms of career steals. You ask the fans about Stockton, and it's his passing they'll remember. But if you ask the players he's played up against, they'll tell you it's his defense that was just as sharp.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
First off, look, every year there are all-star game snubs, and perhaps last year Monte Ellis was the big one in the West. Hard to leave him off given the way he played for the Mavs.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Sullinger's checked in for Ibaka. Ginobili comes in for Kobe. And it's Collison in for Kyle Lowry. For Monte not being an all-star, there are a lot of guys that could have made an argument to be there. Monte's was as strong as any.
Yeah, and his own coach said that Monte deserved it more than Dirk, his teammate. And not a shot at Dirk by Carlisle, just expressing how valuable Monte was to the Mavs. Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint because that has not been up to par.
And George gets it to go.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. .24 seconds left in the third. Ellis kicks to Howard. Back to Ellis. Howard setting the pick for Ellis. 5 to shoot. Randolph. LeBron outside. The 17-footer. Collison, no good.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk. Angry self-talk.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for...
Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth.
Chicago timeout call.
Chicago calls timeout.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He got after them and told them to turn up the intensity, saying, we put ourselves in a corner, and now we've got to fight our way out. Show me what you have. Let's see if we've got what it takes, guys.
So the Bulls 5 right now. They've got Kobe. LeBron James is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Jordan, and it's Lowry in at the point. And Ibaka kicks to Lowry. And the 3 off target. Rockets leading by 9. Ellis outside. 13 feet away. Chicago grabs the miss. Ibaka's got his 5th rebound in this one. Left side, Kobe from 11 feet away. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. 12 points for Kobe Bryant.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Howard, the pass to George. Back to Howard. And it's blocked by Ibaka. Bryant dishes to James. Jordan with it. Zach Randolph covering. And it's sent back by Irving. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. About a minute and a half into the 4th quarter now. And Bryant kicks to Jordan. James, that's a 2-pointer. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. LeBron's got 12 points in just the second half. Here's Randolph. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Rockets lead by 7.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Lowry passes to LeBron. The shot will not go. Some solid defense from Randolph. Rockets leading by 7. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. And the foul on Monte Ellis. That's foul number 2 for him. Outside Lowry. Jordan kicks to Bryant. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
On its way from Irving for 2, and it's Houston with another.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
To the middle, stolen by Randolph. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
They've been ineffective in disrupting Ellis's game. He has 18 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
Tell you what, Monte Ellis is one of the best second-round draft picks of all time in the league, not just the last decade. I mean, this guy was a 5-star recruit out of high school, committed to college, but changed his mind and entered the draft, where the Warriors stole him with the 40th pick in 2005.
To the inside, and stolen by Jordan. It's tipped. The drive by Ellis. That's good. Ellis has got 4 points this quarter.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ellis.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Last season was difficult for Dwight Howard, to say the least, across the board. Worse since, in fact, his rookie year.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to stay healthy. I mean, looks dominant in spurts. Gets you thinking, okay, he's back. Then his body betrays him.
Randolph dishes to Ellis. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And talking about Howard, always a perennial double-doubles leader. Last year, through the injuries, he dropped down to 23 total double-doubles. But that was in only 41 games. So the average over an 82-game stretch would have put him in the top 5 once again. So clearly, he has a lot left when he's healthy.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Here's Lowry.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter. And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound. Getting back to Dwight Howard, I think he's at a crossroads physically. Had back and knee issues. It's highly unlikely he can be 100% for a full season. You just hope to have him happy and healthy for your most important game.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And he gets it to go.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
George with the ball. He's picked up by LeBron. Ellis, the pass to Howard. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Rockets.
Clark, their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Well, they were disciplined and focused, I thought, all game long, Kevin. Excellent defense around the rim.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so by winning the first of 3 in this season series, it should give them plenty of momentum and confidence for the next time they'll have to lace their sneakers up against the Bulls.
And one of the league's truly special talents making his mark. Once again, another great performance for Irving. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again. That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Howard against Ibaka. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
For Dwight Howard, guys, there were 2 or 3 seasons in Orlando and L.A. that seemed like one big soap opera. So now, to me, it seems like he's happy and settled, though, here in Houston.
And it seems, Greg, that, you know, as he was just talking moments ago about Howard finding his niche in Houston, it seems he's more comfortable. Certainly a great legacy of terrific big men for the Rockets. Clark, you know that firsthand. They've had some terrific names over the years.
How about Yao Ming, Kevin? Moses Malone, Elvin Hayes, Hakeem Olajuwon. No greater roster of big men than that one there.
Out of bounds, Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Bulls on D, trailing by 19. On the wing, Ellis fires it up. Ellis can't get that one to fall either.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
And it's Bryant in the corner. Here's Ibaka. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win.
Guys, Paul.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith without further. Kyrie Irving.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good-looking.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal.
동전한 입조차 쉽고 일 없어 잠 못 들던 그때보다 조금은 일었어 우리는 바보처럼 몸으로 부딪히면서 매번서 넘어질 때마다 일었어 다시 고쳤었지 이력서는 무신 성공의 신바람 잠시 남아 불어봤던 휘파람 한 곡도 퇴근하기 전에 그림자처럼 날 따라온 비바람 시기 질투 기대 압박을 못 이긴 몇 번의 실축 자만 나태함 속에 던졌던 말로 홈런을 맞는 실투 다 끝 난가가 탔지만 우리 앞길을 막지 말라고 외치며 마음을 다잡곤 했었지 진짜 한치 앞도 안 보이는 가시밭길에서도 절대 유턴 없이 잘 바라는 이러고 의지하면서 둘이 딱 붙어갔지 비극 지금 기가 아프지만 지나가 보면 웃음 나오는 희극 그래서 우린 지금을 참고 살아 난 미쳤다 생각하면서 keep dreaming 희망이란 끈 잡고 살아 이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈 넘고 힘든 삶은 남선에서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 peace of mind 이 도시에서 멍 때리는 것조차도 사치 버릇처럼 내가 나를 착취해 경추 쪽은 딱딱해지고 이 시계 붙은 각질 모두 위맑은 땀 대신 날 적시는 건 진땀이네 잠든 시간에도 문제들이 쌓여 눈 뜨자마자 결정해도 아직 익숙치 않은 타협 시간을 도모 위에 식재료 썰듯 안 하면 하루는 순서가 뒤섞인 음식처럼 망가져 지쳐도 경계하네 공허와 허무 불안감 속에서 상기하네 15년 전 빈 털터리의 여유 억울해도 납득돼 35년간의 필름이 어쩌면 수지 맞은 삶 건축된 우리의 이름이 길르니 어두워지지 않게 서로를 비판하고 세상을 보는 시선 삐딱하게 얼굴에 피어난 주름은 당연해 마치 아파치노 페이스 평가는 다 끝난 다음에 핵인 인생의 레이스 이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈 넘고 힘든 삶은 남선에서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 peace of mind
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome.
Thanks for joining us live for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Well, it was the Chicago Bulls in their last game, a loss to the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills. And that's one they'd like to have back. A little more focus would have been enough. Just a 4-point loss.
And it wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of... Wow. I mean, just beautiful.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
LeBron kicks to Jordan. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And the thing about LeBron James, he's really done a nice job of reshaping his game over the years. I mean, every veteran goes through losing a little speed and quickness. The great ones compensate by getting stronger and more physically imposing, not to mention also that basketball IQ grows as well, just as has been the case for LeBron.
Over in the corner, Matthews hands the shot with nobody near him.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Back to James. Back to Lowry. Shot clock at 5. Fires it up. No good off the back of the rim. The Celtics have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And here's Matthews from the arc. Tries to keep it alive. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Matthews. For Boston, they come into this one following a loss to the Raptors.
Yeah, but they didn't roll over in that game. Had a good chance still to pull out the victory. Just couldn't come through in crunch time.
Greg, I thought it was a solid effort from them all the way around. I mean, but as you and I know, moral victories are kind of empty consolation prizes. A loss is a loss.
Wall attacking. The feed to Drummond. Three-pointer, Hayward, and the shot is good. Hayward's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
And stolen by Hayward. Outside for Davis. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. 6 points for Anthony Davis.
You know, one of the things, guys, that impressed me about the Celtics was the number of assists they had. I mean, they really focused on moving the ball. And when you do that and you have shot makers, the assists pile up.
Ryan in the post. He's covered by Matthews. And Ibaka kicks to Lowry. Shot clock at 6. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. James gets to the corner and buries it. James has got 7 points in the game. With the Celtics and their assists, they were second in the league in potential assists per game, meaning shots they missed that if they made would have been assists.
And that is a good thing, if you weren't sure. I mean, they were sandwiched between the Hawks and Warriors in that category. Pretty good company to be in. So they moved the ball well. They just need to get a little more consistent at knocking down open shots.
Now here's Drummond following the miss by DeAndre Jordan. And Matthews gets it to go.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And when you watch Wes Matthews, you see he's just a fantastic perimeter defender, Clark. He can match up well at either the 2 or the 3.
His combination, Kevin, of length and strength lateral movement make him an outstanding defensive player.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Gortat's checked in for Jordan. Ginobili comes in for Serge Ibaka. Gordon's checked in for Bryant. And it's Collison in for Kyle Lowry. Celtics leading by 4.
And for Matthews, he knows that he's a strong defender. And so last year, his claim was that he was the best two-way shooting guard in the NBA.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Jordan, he's checked in for Gortat. Ibaka comes in for Manu Ginobili. Kobe's checked in for Gordon. And it's Lowry in for Darren Collison.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Cantor with a screen on Lowry. Lillard misses.
Listen, he has a chance to be considered the best two-way player at his position, and not sure if he is the clear-cut winner of that debate, but he is in the conversation.
Now here's Crawford following the miss by Kobe Bryant. No one covering. Lillard's got his first 3 points of the game.
Sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
That's good.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
The Celtics with the lead. Down low, here's Davis. Johnson dishes to Lillard. And stolen by Jordan. To the paint. And James with the basket on the assist from Ibaka. And that's 11 points for LeBron.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Davis kicks to Johnson. Back to Davis. To the middle. And stolen by Jordan. The finish. And finished off by LeBron.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard.
And John Wall, a multiple All-Star in this league. But make no mistake, his focus is square.
Main thing for me is going to.
Wall's the kind of guy that has his eye on the prize all the time. And the less emphasis he places on his own goals, I think, Greg, the better he seems to get.
That's a great point. And Kevin, he is a man on a mission at this point in his career. Only one thing is going to satisfy him, and that's chasing that ring.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
They've got LeBron James, Ginobili out there with Collison. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Chicago was as strong as they would have hoped for last season at home in the United Center. A lot of big wins for them here.
Yeah, and despite all the injuries, they go 27-14 at home, and that helped to assure them of home court in the first round of the playoffs.
You look back on the Bulls' record last year with 27 home wins. That's pretty solid. Same exact total as they had the year before. They haven't gone below 500 at home since 2008.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Gortat's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And Gordon subbed in for Serge Ibaka. And a change for the Celtics. Wall's checked in. Back to Allen. Cantor sets the pick for Allen. Expanding his range. LeBron grabs the miss.
And a big part of why the Bulls are tough at home is this crowd. I mean, sold out every game last season. Led the league in total attendance for 6 straight seasons, averaging over 21,000 fans per game.
And now the fast break Ginobili with the ball. The offensive rebound.
He's always He's going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Cantor with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Scooped up. And it's blocked by Gordon. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Hayward. And there's the call on Marcin Gortat. That is his first foul of the game. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Jordan, he's checked in for Gortat. Baca comes in for Manu Ginobili. Kobe's checked in for Eric Gordon. And it's Lowry in for Darren Collison. And it's Lowry penetrating up top of Baca. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Baca's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Wall passes to Drummond. And stolen by Jordan. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. James outside. From 20 feet out. And Boston with the rebound. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, and these teams pretty familiar with one another. They'll face off 4 times this year.
And you know, Greg, both would love to get the upper hand early. This game to me is psychological as much as anything. I mean, a win here provides that edge you're looking for.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Some people think LeBron's athleticism, Clark, has declined over the last few years. He might be the first to admit it. He still looks terrific, though.
Well, he's, that's a natural progression for any player, sure, even if you are LeBron. But he's still an elite athlete by NBA standards.
And Davis, here we go. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Boston. The kick out to Wall. Celtics passing it around. Kobe with the steal. Inside. Leaps for it. Right side, Jordan. Ibaka. This is Lowry. From deep, James. No good. And it's Boston the other way.
And remember the quote from LeBron on the subject. Obviously, I'm not the 18-year-old kid that I was before, but I can still do the things I need to be successful.
Drummond, and it's blocked by Jordan. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. LeBron with the ball. Ibaka outside. A shot by Lowry, wide open, and it falls over the rim and in. Lowry's got it all tied up now for the Bulls.
And, LeBron was just so far ahead of everyone in the league when he was young. I mean, even a LeBron who has lost a step is more athletic than 95% of our league. The defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. He doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Chicago calls timeout.
And John Wall, guys, is still one of the most explosive players in the league. His speed makes professional athletes look like they are stuck in mud.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Matthews. Hayward comes in for Jamal Crawford. And Lillard subbed in for John Wall. LeBron kicks to Ibaka. James against Davis. Lowry passes to Ibaka. Kicks it to James. Just 4 to shoot. Three-pointer, Lowry. And again, no good by Chicago. You're talking about Wall's burst. He can go end-to-end in seconds. Clark, you're amazed. You say he's a blur.
Yeah, rack to rack in a nanosecond is what Wall can do. I mean, his speed is something special. Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And here's Hayward. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Toronto.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways.
Jordan dishes to LeBron. This one for three, and Kyle Lowry with the three. Lowry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Here's Johnson. Offensive rebound. And Drummond throws it down.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean
that
was, Gabby. You just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pumpkin.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Gortat's checked in for Ibaka. Ginobili comes in for James. And it's Collison in for Kyle Lowry. That's a 2 from Lillard. Nice jump shot. Good. Lillard's got 7.
My goodness, what a move there to lose the defender. Got him on his heels, and then he made it look easy from there on in.
To the middle. Here's Ginobili, and Davis sends it back. And he's able to get it back. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half.
Yes, guys.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie, Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output from both teams. And they... All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second half of...
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Hayward out there with Davis. Then it's Wall. Then it's Matthews. And it's Drummond in at the 5 down low. Kobe kicks to LeBron. Pulls it up. Rejected by Wall. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. LeBron outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He kicks to Ibaka. Fires from 14, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's foul number 2 for him.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
That's a 2 for Matthews. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Lowry. He's got 7.
Well, last season I thought the Celtics made some strong waves in the East. I mean, they kept fighting and fighting all season long, and they ended up in the playoffs because of that never give up attitude.
From deep, James. And again, Chicago. No good.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Celtics making a switch here. Cantor's checked in. And Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Hayward on the wing. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Back to Lowry. 5 on the clock. Releases. And the Bulls get it back. Jordan got a hand on it.
Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half.
Davis kicks to Matthews. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Wes Matthews, a hard-nosed player on the wing. Strong frame, and he really does put it to good use at both ends.
Speaking of Matthews' strength, he really gets into you defensively.
Yeah, he wants to make you feel him. I mean, very physical. And offensively, he likes to post up and back down weaker, smaller defenders. I mean, you give him that mismatch, he will attack it with vigor.
For 3. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. And that's 10 points for Wesley Matthews. Bulls trail by 9. Right side, Jordan. Jordan outside. Count that one.
And how about that? Responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
And here they come. Here's James, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on John Wall.
An excellent game we've seen from LeBron. He's got 16 points. He's contributed 3 points from the line, too.
And those free throws add up, guys. That is extra offense.
Chicago making a switch here. Gortat's checked in. Boston also with the sub. Allen's checked in for Matthews. Back to Wall. On deep. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Ibaka's got his 5th rebound in this one.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
And again, no good by Chicago. Celtics leading by 4. Wall passes to Cantor. The kick out to Wall. Fires for 3. And that is good. Wall's got 5 points in the quarter.
Kevin, he didn't hesitate that time. The D gave him a step, and he just pulled up and drained the 3.
Ibaka outside. Pass to James. Outside Lowry. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got 3 assists now in this one. The Celtics have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. The dish to Crawford. And stolen by LeBron. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Fires the 3. And LeBron James good for 3. Now just a 2-point Celtic lead. Wall dishes to Crawford. The wing jumper off target.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
And really, the Bulls weathered a lot of injuries last season and still had a good showing in the East. Came away with the 3 seed when many thought they would sink down after missing so many games from key players.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first. And the Bulls did end up with the 3rd seed in the East. Of their 50 wins last year, Clark, coming in the Eastern Conference.
But it wasn't an even distribution of those wins for the Bulls. Against their own division in the Southeast, they played 500 basketball. They got their good in-conference record from feasting on the Atlantic teams, taking 16 wins in 18 games challenge against that division.
Drummond's checked in for Boston. Crawford comes in for Joe Johnson. Allen outside. Back to Lillard. There's 1:38 left here in the third quarter. Pass to Davis. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
James kicks to Gortat. And Ginobili. Here we go. And he overshot that one, missing.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backboard.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Chicago calls timeout.
And guys, what I like about Damian Lillard, very decisive with the ball in his hands. Always in attack mode. He keeps it hopping. And he has a killer instinct in the clutch.
And for Lillard, he keeps the ball moving, as Greg was talking about. Clark, he keeps his teammates involved.
Very proficient in the pick and roll, understands the nuances of looking at weak side defenders and getting to the free throw lane for the roll man. He knows all the tricks to make that pick and roll really successful.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Darren Collison. John Wall's checked in for Boston. And LeBron throws it down.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Yeah, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Nobody near Lillard. That's in there. Davis with the assist. That's 12 points for Lillard.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Ginobili outside, and the foul called on Jamal Crawford. That is his first foul of the game. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. High post, Gortat, and stolen by Drummond.
You could tell it was almost tunnel vision on that pass. Had no idea where the defender was.
Bulls trail by 3. LeBron right side, and the wide open shot from Ginobili. Another 3 for Chicago. Boston's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Finished off the break. Lowry's got 11. And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
And so it's Boston with it. And we've reached the... Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far.
Hey, kid, you ready?
Chicago leading. They've got Bryant. Ginobili out there with Ibaka. Then there's Lowry. And it's Jordan in at the 5. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. That's good. Jordan's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Bulls.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
The defenders need to recognize and be alert to staying on him as we get into crunch time.
And it's Bryant in the corner. Outside for Lowry. Ginobili outside. Ibaka goes in. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. 6 points for Serge Ibaka.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities. And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
LeBron's checked in for Chicago. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Bulls moving the ball around, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Boston trailing. Lillard outside. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. Damian Lillard is a 2-time All-Star. He just keeps getting better and better, and I love his demeanor on the floor. He seems a lot older than he really is.
Yeah, he's got an old head, and he's got a very even-keeled disposition about him with Serge. And, well, he almost missed the All-Star game last season and was an injury replacement.
And for Lillard, that motivation. Remember, he got cut from Team USA a couple summers ago in favor of Derrick Rose and Kyrie Irving. And Lillard calls it wood on the fire. Those things keep him focused and also hungry.
LeBron kicks to low. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ibaka, no luck.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job. You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And, guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be. And remember, Lillard, the former Rookie of the Year, he's had his snubs, but also he's gotten some recognition. Even playing in the Pacific Northwest, he's got his own signature shoe now, and his stuff. That is just nasty about the athleticism on that finish.
The solo alley-oop. That's not something we see too often.
Timed it perfectly. You're right, and caught the defense totally off guard.
And, guys, how about his coach? Looked like his heart was in his throat there for a second. Now, though, he's able to smile, more of a smile of relief.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. That they played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
Andre Drummond's checked in for Enes Kanter. James with it. Matthews covering. Jordan the pass to Lowry. The drive by LeBron. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Well, so far for Coach Brad Stevens, the Celtics have had nothing but praise for their outstanding young coach. No surprise for those of us who know Brad. The team is really moving ahead in the rebuilding process, and he gets a lot of the credit for that.
And part of the reason why the Celtics are ahead of schedule in the rebuild is because of Coach Brad Stevens. He has everyone on the same page.
You know what? You talk around the league about Coach Stevens, and other coaches are just astounded by his work ethic. People around the league think he's already a top coach and could be one of the greats by the time he's done if he stays at the professional level.
Darren Collison is checked in for Kyle Lowry. Dishes it to Jordan. Matthews with the steal. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here, and Hayward with the stuff.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's what you need to pull that off.
And you do. You have to have both ends of that play, and they were fantastic on that.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
And it's the Celtics ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Hayward dishes to Matthews. And Drummond kicks to Davis. Lillard from outside. Here's Matthews. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Matthews.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that. terrible turnover.
Bulls trail by 4. It's Jordan on the wing, defended by Drummond. Kobe, the pass to Ibaka. Here's Jordan, and Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Here's Jordan. Will not go. This is off the front iron. It's Matthews on the wing. Lets it go with a 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 4 assists in the game. The 3 from Bryant. And again, Chicago. No good.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Collison dishes to James. Collison kicks to Ibaka. Collison, the pass to Ibaka. LeBron drives in, uses both hands to slam it down.
He power surged that one down. Wow.
Yeah, good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny, that's a facial.
He feeds it to Bryant. Launches it. Kobe can't get that one to fall.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
And Ibaka kicks to James. Money!
Yeah, strong move there. Big points on that possession. In need of a bucket late. This is the guy you want to go to.
Feeds to Davis. Matthews, no one around him. A 10-footer finds the target.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
And they go to the intentional foul. Bulls making a switch here. Lowry's checked in, and the Celtics also making a change. John Wall's checked in for Lillard. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth. Ibaka goes in. So the first one drops, and that trims the lead to 6. And he makes both free throws.
Ibaka doing all kinds of things. He has 8 points, and the steals are starting to pile up for him also.
And Clark, he's really gotten into their heads because of it. I mean, guys are on the lookout for him, always worried about where he is.
32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Wall's shot is off.
No time to spare. They need a bucket.
Without question. Then maybe a steal or a foul to get the clock stopped as well.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution. Boy, is it tough to stop LeBron right now.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
Well, luckily, they've got some really solid backup. You hate to see a player DQ'd, disqualified due to fouls, but they can do a decent job of replacing his production.
Yeah, those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-point.
17 seconds left in the game. In the corner, Ibaka with it. Outside Collison. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take
Congratulations.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille Anthony Davis.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. And that
brings us to the end of our broadcast for